everybody. Welcome back to the Kitchen Table Talk. We are so glad that you decided to join us for season 2.
Season 2.
We actually made it for a second season through the journey, through the ups and the downs, everything. But we're evolving.
Yes,
we're evolving. We got some great guests lined up for you
so
for
excited.
season 2. It's starting today. So we definitely are evolving. We appreciate that you guys are being patient with us through that first season. We was trial and error, kind of all over the place.
But it gets better with time,
And so we learning and we growing. And so we here today. And today we have with us Byron Smalls.
Yes.
And Byron, he's going to talk about Black entrepreneurship today and all his ventures. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Byron.
So, as Tina mentioned, I'm Byron Smalls. I consider myself a serial entrepreneur.
Serial? Okay, that's deep.
Serial.
Yeah, I like
turning
it.
down no opportunities. I own 3 businesses with my business partner. We started 4 years ago, and we went from 0 employees to 90 employees in a matter of 2 years.
Nice, great.
I'm ambitious. You know, I love the hustle. I love the grind. I love pursuing new opportunities. But most importantly, I embrace life. I embrace the good opportunities, the bad ones, the failures, the successes.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's me.
Wow. I know I had an opportunity to sit down with you about a year or so ago.
Absolutely.
And you were trying to be counseled about to start a business doing what I do. For those of you who don't know, my name is Tina. I didn't even introduce myself. I'm Tina Tate, and that's Tamara, my co-chair to the right. And y'all know, we still praying for my son. He's gonna be here, but as usual, he's running a little late. But Byron sat down with me. He was interested at that point of opening adult residential.
Yeah.
Right. And you never did follow through with that.
And something else came through. We put all our eggs into those baskets.
Because at that time you had, what did you have?
Medical waste management firm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so what kind of business is that?
So essentially, we are a contractor for VA hospitals. My partner is a service-disabled veteran. And so we bid on government contracts for medical waste. So if you've ever been to a hospital, you probably have gotten a shot before.
All the needles.
The syringes, they put them in a container. When that container gets full, my employees pick them up. We package the waste, and then my subcontractor haul it off and dispose of it.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, that's pretty cool.
So what inspired you to be an entrepreneur?
It's a great story. So I grew up in LA. I grew up in the Nickerson Gardens, right? And so my family, they are, how could you say, hustlers.
Okay, that's a good word.
So hustlers.
Enthusiastic.
Right, entrepreneurs too, right? So I grew up watching like people driving cars and having money. And so as a kid, I always aspired to have money and like try to do what I perceive to be live a good life. And so legally. Legally. So the hustle and the ambition was birthed out of seeing them hustle, right? So I just did mine in a legal way.
Nice.
And then my mom, of course, she's always a big
not that they
supporter.
weren't legal, because we drive.
Yeah, I don't know if they were legal or not at the time. They were just getting money.
And I wanted to get money too.
Right. And then my mom, who's just been a big supporter, I've seen her like try businesses and just like, never give up at anything. So I'm like, you know what? I want to do that.
Right.
I just, at the time, I didn't know the vehicle to get me here.
Yeah.
And we can talk about that.
Example.
I had great examples,
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
So you just took it and ran with it and did what you knew to do to build
Absolutely.
and cultivate what you wanted.
Absolutely.
That's great. That's great. And so you said you have 3 businesses?
3 businesses. So we own a medical waste management firm. We just recently started a business with Amazon. We're a delivery company for Amazon. So they call it a delivery service provider for Amazon.
Okay.
Yeah.
So was that startup? I'm sorry, you have another one.
Yeah, so that's business number. So the first business is the medical waste firm.
Medical waste.
Second business is a logistics company for Amazon, and then the third business is a commercial cleaning company, which was birthed out of the first company. So we started out doing medical waste, and then we started bidding on commercial cleaning for VA hospitals.
Right. That was smart.
And then we decided we wanted to grow, and we didn't want to put all of our eggs in one basket, which is the government.
Right.
Things happen. things happen all the time. So we said, look,
They don't sign the bills. And
right,
all that.
right. So like, let's take some of these great employees we have and form a commercial cleaning company for non-government contracts.
Nice.
So that was business number 3.
Wow.
Nice.
So the Amazon, I'm interested in that one. Like, I'm
Right.
just really dying to know how
And people
that.
ask me all the
what's the
time, like,
startup
how did you get that? So it's a funny story. Last June, I'm on the internet, and I don't spend a lot of time on social media and stuff, but I was on the internet, and it's like a Yahoo article. I don't even know why it popped up.
Mhm.
It's like Amazon is looking to hire contractors to deliver their packages. So I'm like,
I saw that. I
saw
saw
it?
that.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I read that whole thing. That's
So
why I want to know how that went.
So I clicked on it, and then I went to the website. And I'm like, is this legit?
Right.
That's the same
I
thing
said,
I
what the
thought.
hell? Let me give it a try. Went onto the website, filled out the application, and at the time you needed to have 30,000 liquid assets,
Oh.
good credit, and you had to fill out an application.
Right.
And the application was basically why you.
Okay.
What type of business culture are you going to bring to Amazon? What's your business philosophy? It was a lot of behavioral based questions.
Right.
Tell us about a time you worked with very difficult employees, things like that.
Mhm.
So I applied, and then 3 weeks later, I got a phone call that said I made it through the first stage.
Oh wow.
And so I'm like, okay, great. And then I got put on a waiting list in
Mhm.
like last September. Opportunities come and go sometimes, and sometimes you get through the first few doors, and then like they just fall apart.
Right.
Mhm.
I thought Amazon was going to be one of those where I didn't hear back from them after September. And then one day I got a call saying, hey, do you still want to be a delivery service partner?
Mhm.
I'm like, yeah. Well, you got to go through a final interview. So Amazon flew me to Vegas, and I had the interview with 3 of their station managers for 30 minutes each. And it was like a speed dating.
Mhm.
I sat at the
Wow.
table, and they just came by and just fired off questions,
Yeah.
and I made it through.
Wow.
That's good. I could imagine that when you said the application was more so of why you,
Right.
Yeah.
that it's a lot of integrity that they're making
Looking
sure,
for.
yeah,
For sure.
because you're dealing with their customers,
Absolutely.
their merchandise,
Yeah.
and they're held accountable for this. So
Yeah.
they have to screen you to make sure that you're
Yeah.
able to provide.
I won't speak bad about Amazon, but the screening process was pretty rigorous. I mean,
Mhm.
50,000 people applied to be a contractor for Amazon. Only 1,500 people made it through.
Wow.
Those are real
Is
numbers.
that opportunity over at this
No, from what I'm told, you can still apply to be a
point?
DSP.
And just get on the waiting
You're
list.
going to most likely be on the waiting list.
Okay,
So this
yeah.
is one of those opportunities for people who want to be an entrepreneur, first to market. Like
Right.
if you can get out the blocks early, you'll beat most of the competition.
Right.
Just because
right.
you started before
You
they did.
started, right. You're on the ground
So,
level.
When I applied, the program had only been around for 3 weeks.
Hmm.
So
Right. So tell me, because I did, when I went on and I
Okay.
read the application, and then we were doing some research, and then I got some pros and cons like they do,
for sure.
like they have with anything else. And then I read some really bad things
Yeah.
about it in terms of, getting the routes that they promised
Yep.
and all that kind of stuff. Is
Yeah.
that like a whole fighting thing to get the premium routes, I should say?
I mean, it is, and it's not a hard. You're not pulling teeth to get premium routes. In our contract, it says that for us, we have 25 routes a day, right?
Mhm.
Which is essentially 25 vans
Mm-hmm.
leaving the station every day. That's pretty much guaranteed. It can fluctuate because it's based off of customer volume. So
Right.
if in this particular area around the holiday time, it's gonna be crazy, right?
Mhm.
So during that time, I'm gonna probably go up to 40, for example. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I should not drop below 25
Okay.
unless the volume is just severely depleted.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of based on the customers as well.
So do they actually give you the vans, or did you
So,
have to purchase vans?
Great, these are great questions. So
I read it. I
listen, it's going to sound somewhat unbelievable. So Amazon pays for the vans,
Well,
they pay for the gas,
What?
they pay
that's
for the
what it said.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is the catch?
yeah. The catch is they pay for the labor of your folks as well, right? So
Really?
and they pay net 7. So far they paid net 7, which means I submit my invoice on Friday, I get paid the next Friday.
7 days. Right, okay.
The only catch is we really make money, or the only place we make money is when we deliver packages. So in my rate, I won't discuss my rate is, but I get paid a specified cent per dollar, right? Or per package that we deliver.
Okay.
Yeah.
And will that vary? Depend if you are who you are.
It depends on the state.
You're negotiating
It
deal.
depends on the state. It depends
Okay.
on the local area. If we were in
Okay.
like Dallas, Texas, or somewhere like that,
That would be a little different.
it'd be a little bit different.
So it depends on the state, but within the state, does the rate vary depending on zip code?
That does as well. If we lived in San Francisco, where the cost of living is much higher than here, for example, they get a slightly better rate.
Mm-hmm.
But it all balances out because either way, you still got to pay your employees a higher rate anyway.
Yeah.
Right. So
I was reading a little bit, and I don't mean to monopolize all the good. I was reading, and it was saying something also. I mean, in terms of the employees, they pay the employees, but you have to maintain workers' comp. You have to do all the screening. Do you do the screening?
No, so Amazon take care of that as well.
They do it? Oh.
Goodness,
Through one of their vendors. So our job is really providing staffing.
Just to provide the staffing.
Provide staffing. So it's up to us to go out and find the people,
Right.
interview the folks. Amazon will do the background check. Well, Amazon doesn't, but one of their vendors will. We set up the drug test, and my partner and I, we decided to go up slightly above and beyond the minimum requirement, which is we do physicals as well. Because the job is physically intensive.
That's good.
Right.
Yeah, they got to be able to lift. So we pay that out of pocket. But other than that, Amazon pretty much covers everything. We only really make money when we deliver packages. So we got to deliver a lot of packages to make money.
But I can imagine that during this time, the holiday season.
Holiday season is going to be the best time of the year.
So are you just locally, are you based in what area?
So my area is Chino.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the station I'm based out of.
And so where do you keep the vans?
The vans are parked at Amazon's facility as well.
Okay.
So do you have to then now hire people within the Chino area, or are you just kind of hoping people will be willing to drive?
That's completely up to us. We try to use our discretion. I wouldn't hire somebody that live in Palmdale, for example, to drive to Chino. I just know it's going to be a problem because we are expected. So they have these loadout times. Our time is 11:30.
Okay.
So we got to be in that station at 11:30, ready to start loading our vans out and deliver packages. If we're not, that's a problem. So I can't really afford for people to be late.
Right,
so
exactly.
I have 4 staff members on standby every day in case someone calls out, in case someone is late.
That's smart.
Wow,
Because
I didn't
we
even
can't
think
drop the
about
ball.
the call-offs. You
Right.
do have to. And they call off. Listen, I know that call-off thing. I'll tell you, the hardest part about being an entrepreneur for me is managing the people.
Absolutely.
I can do the paperwork. I can do whatever they require of me to do, insurances, this, that, and the other. But managing them people,
It's the worst.
Yeah.
oh Lord have
It's the
mercy.
worst.
My husband do all the people management part. I can't do that part of it. It's just crazy. It's just crazy.
And for me, I don't know. I love working with the people. I love, when I interview people, it's not what can you do for me,
Right.
and we tell them all the time we're not just interviewing you. You need to be interviewing us too, right? And so
who are you working for?
who are you working for? And
Why do you want to work for me?
Absolutely.
Right.
And I'll ask people why you? There's a room full of people in there.
Yeah.
Why you?
And that to me, it's such a small question, but it's such a great
It'll
question.
set you apart.
Yes, it will set
The
you apart.
answer to it will
depending on
set
how
you
you
apart.
answer it.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
And for those, I'm sure a lot of your audience probably have businesses or thinking about owning a business. I couldn't agree with Tina more. Invest your time into hiring the right people.
Yes, you must
All the
vet
time.
your people.
Vet your people are your greatest asset with your business.
Absolutely.
So spend the time, spend the resources,
Right.
making sure you got the right talent because there's legal implications as well.
Absolutely.
Workers' comp, general liability issues. People go out on stress leave.
Yes.
Frivolous work comp claims. We've experienced it all already. So.
Wow.
To that end, what do you do to mitigate that? Your workplace environment, so to speak. I don't know if you have a building per se, but what do you do for your employees?
It's a great question. So my partner and I, both of our backgrounds is environmental health and safety. So before we started this company, I worked for the largest engineering firm, one of the largest engineering firms in the world doing health and safety. He worked for one of the largest insurance companies. So our job was really building culture, building people, training, and compliance. So we put a heavy emphasis on building the culture. So we want people to feel like I get to work here, not I have to work here.
Right.
So we
exactly.
have
It's a waiting list to get in with me, baby.
Right.
So we pay benefits when we don't have to pay benefits.
Yeah.
We pay above minimum wage.
Yeah.
Right.
We have a wellness room, where
Nice.
employees can come in. We got a bar in the office.
Nice.
Ooh,
we
I
try
would
to.
work.
They like working for you.
Show me right there.
We just try to create an environment where people feel like I want to come to work.
Right.
You know,
Right.
we try to be fair, firm, and consistent with everyone.
That's good.
That's really the key for us. You know?
Right.
And so the thing is, when you provide the culture like that, people are willing to give you their all as if it's their
Absolutely.
own baby.
Mhm.
And you want people working for you that you can trust. Like
Absolutely.
if you were to leave to go out of town, you want to know that these people I left behind, they got it.
Yeah.
I don't need to call every 10 minutes, every 20 minutes because they're going to handle it.
Right.
So this is
Right.
good.
Yeah.
This is good.
So when we were forming the business 3.5 years ago, we read this book called The One Thing by this guy named Gary Keller. Right.
Mhm.
He started Keller Williams Realty.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
at a time where Century 21 was killing the market,
Yeah.
and you wouldn't think that a real estate company can come in and take over Century 21, which they did.
Right.
And so in the book, One Thing, Gary talks about focusing on one thing, whether it's your business, whether it's your health, whatever it is, focus on the 1%
Mhm.
of that business,
Mhm.
and then focus on the 1% of that 1%.
Mhm.
So for us, it was people. So we want to focus on building our business. People are our 1%. And then what's the 1% of the 1%? It's the culture. So taking the time to just say
That's
thank you.
good.
That's real good.
Taking the time to say
aha
thank you.
moments.
People, everybody want to make money, right? But a thank you goes very far with folks.
Absolutely.
We give bonuses. We give like gift cards. Just if I see you doing a good job, I'll just give you $50.
Right.
Or just because that's the type of culture that we want to create.
Right.
You know?
Absolutely. Oh,
Amazing.
wow. Was that good stuff?
That was good stuff.
I'm-
I'm sure people are taking notes.
Oh, you already know I was
Taking
taking
notes.
mental. Okay,
Yeah,
got
yeah,
that.
that's
Because,
very
like I
good.
said, I had looked into the whole Amazon thing, and then of course my daughter was like, "Okay, y'all, you spearhead this. You take this and run." And she was like, "Oh, it sounds like a lot of work." I said, "Well." Millennials,
Yeah.
another subject.
I love millennials.
Oh my God, I love them. You gotta love them because they bring a whole different mindset
They do.
to anything that you're talking about. But yeah, so I said, okay, well, I didn't know if I had the time
Right.
and the energy
Yeah.
to just drop everything into it by myself,
For sure.
because I had other things on the plate. But
You should
yeah.
still apply. We can talk about it.
Yeah,
Apply.
yeah,
You
oh
should
yeah,
still
we
apply.
gonna definitely talk about it.
Yeah.
So some of us might be interested. Well, I am interested
Yeah.
in the third business. Well, you
The
said.
commercial cleaning business. So,
Yeah, you still doing that too?
Yeah, we just started that.
Oh, okay.
And
Just
that's not a spinoff, but that is connected to.
So the first business, we had essentially like 3 lines of business within our government market. So because my partner's a veteran, we bid on medical waste contracts, we bid on janitorial contracts, and we bid on what they call confidential document destruction, shredding, all for
yeah.
VA hospitals in the country. So those are our 3 lines of business. So we saw those as an opportunity to branch out and create non-government work too.
Right.
We didn't want to do it on the medical waste side. We didn't want to do it on the shredding side because it's just it was a lot of competition at the time. So we figured the commercial cleaning, we could do that.
Right.
So one tip for entrepreneurs is like, you got to just start somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Get a business going. Don't worry about the name. Don't worry about the money.
Yeah.
We started this business with nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, we had to pay for insurance.
Right.
Other than that, it was just hard work, taking the time to put together a proposal.
Yeah.
And then we just started bidding and we started winning. So once you start an opportunity and it grows, there will be other opportunities that will be birthed out of that.
Got it.
Yeah.
If I didn't have $30,000, I couldn't have started Amazon.
Right.
But if I didn't start this business, I probably wouldn't have the $30,000.
Exactly.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Right.
Yeah.
you got to start somewhere.
Right. And I'm sure it's important to make sure you have a like-minded partner.
Oh.
You're partnering with someone.
Whew.
That is so imperative because it will begin to split if you're
Let me
on
tell
2
you.
different pages. If your mindsets are different.
Wow. Let me tell you. So my business partner, I wouldn't trade him for anything. I mean, hands down, I've never met anybody that was so close-minded and think the way I do so much. I mean, you want to be in business with somebody that when you feel like when you go to bed at night, you sleep well. Like if I got to send a document or prepare something for a client, you don't want to be worried like, is he going to get that right? Do I have to go back and spell
Right.
check? I have to go back and look at the grammar. Did
Yeah.
he include all the details? I don't have to do that with him. You know, he's ready made. He came out the box ready to go.
Wow.
That's good.
Yeah, that is it. You're right. It's important to have people that have strengths where you have needs and
Yeah.
y'all balance each other. Yeah,
For sure.
that's definitely important in business.
Right.
One other thing, my question is just popping up. As the infrastructure, you're all three, you have one area where your administrative staff is located?
Great questions.
Or is it different?
This is great questions here. Yeah. So another tip. So if you want to manage multiple businesses, you got to hire the right people.
Mm-hmm.
So what we've done, and it's a great business model. So we started the first company, we built it up. Instead of, we pay operations manager and we pay an admin, right,
Mm-hmm.
to kind of manage the business for us. Sure, I would like to pocket that extra money, but why?
Mm-hmm.
My time is more important.
Absolutely.
So we took out of our pockets to hire an operations person who had the experience.
Yeah.
We hired an admin who had the experience. Now they freed us up to go do Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
What did we do with Amazon? We did the same thing. I don't need to get paid right now.
Right.
So I took the money from starting up a business because most times you're not profitable right out of the gate.
Yeah.
So take that money.
People are expecting that.
They want 100% fold
Can't-
tomorrow.
You can't get that. And sometimes, like our medical waste business or the VA business, our margins are a little bit higher than most people are used to. I mean, we probably make 35% margin, which is great.
That's good, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty decent. So with this Amazon business, we're probably going to be about 12%. But instead of us taking money out of the bank right away and start putting it into our pockets, why?
Yeah.
Let me go out and find the right talent,
Yeah.
build the culture, and then the money will come later. So
Right.
now Amazon is self-sufficient. The first business is self-sufficient. So what are we doing with business number 3?
Yeah.
Same
We just
thing.
hired somebody
Right.
who has a sales background.
Right.
Instead of paying us,
Yeah.
That's-
Why
that's the-
recreate? Why
that's the
recreate
cycle.
when this
Right.
is working?
And are they all housed in the same place?
so
or you
two
have
of the
different
businesses are in the same building, and
Yeah.
then the Amazon business is separate.
Right, separate, yeah, because I can imagine the volume on that is
Yeah.
probably a
Oh,
whole
it's
different
ridiculous.
arena. Yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah. I just got office space too, and I'm like, you know what, we gonna have to get, and I'm trying to go with that motto too.
Right.
You know, we had because I'm resurrecting a nonprofit.
Okay.
And so the vision that I have for that, okay, you're gonna need some space, you're gonna need professionals in there,
Right.
and like you said, to free up your time to
You
go
need it.
campaign
Right. Absolutely.
for funds and
For
stuff
sure.
like that. So I'm following you. I'm on your heels.
Right.
I know you are.
Good information.
I know you are.
Good information.
That's good
So-
information. But I definitely appreciate you stopping by.
Absolutely.
And
Sharing.
what advice would you have for somebody who don't have, like you said, you don't have the money? I mean, because 30,000 did it have to be liquid?
Liquid.
It have to be liquid.
Yeah.
So that's not the average.
And this wasn't a deal where you had to pay Amazon $30,000. They just anticipated that you would probably pay out $30,000
Okay.
before
Yeah.
you really start making money.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So they want
Oh.
to make sure that you actually.
Yeah, you can cover payroll before you
Yeah.
get paid. You can cover the vans.
Good.
It's a reimbursement.
So I think what you said, start where you are. Don't wait, to get 30,000. You do what you do, whatever your passion
build up
is,
to.
to build
Yeah.
up whatever you're doing.
Right.
Just start it.
Here's the whole key with entrepreneurs. If you want to start a business, do something even if you don't love it.
Yeah.
I don't love medical waste,
Right.
but it was a great opportunity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
So start with something small,
Yeah.
but you got to be objective with yourself in terms of do you need to grow professionally?
Right.
Do you need to clean up your appearance?
Right.
Yeah.
Do you need to clean up your language?
Be real with
Right.
yourself.
You got to be objective and look at yourself the way the world would see you or the way your potential clients would see you.
Oh, that's good.
Work on those
Real
things in advance, then bring that to the table. But also, don't settle.
Yeah.
Go out here and get it. People talk about God's gonna bless me with this, and God's gonna open up these doors. The biggest door that God can open up for somebody is waking you up in the morning.
Right.
So that you can get up and
Go
go.
out and
Get
get it.
up and go.
Yeah.
Don't put them shoes on.
Yeah.
Go
right.
out and get it. My partner and I, we got a slogan. We say we taking the stairs. So a lot of people, in other cultures, they've been blessed with other opportunities and resources that we didn't have, and they can get in the elevator and go right to the top.
Yeah.
Right.
With
that's
us,
good.
we're taking
Step
the
by
stairs,
step.
Step by step.
and it's hard, but we're gonna just keep climbing, keep climbing,
Yeah. Breathe.
create new opportunities, and enjoy it.
Good.
Enjoy the ride.
That was
That's
so
good.
good though that you said do something that you may not necessarily, because everybody that's kind of
You
how
want
we
to go straight to what we enjoy doing.
or we always think you're taught so often in some of these things today. Your purpose is whatever you're passionate about. Sometimes it's just something to get going.
So
It
but
don't have to be.
if you know what your purpose is, you have to understand that there's a process of getting to your
Absolutely.
purpose.
Right.
So
yeah.
the process may be that thing that I
Yeah.
don't really care to do this, but
Yeah.
it's necessary for me to do it in order for me to get to what I want to do.
Right. Yeah.
You got to work. you cannot, like, God can't bless you
Y'all
with
hear
winning the
that,
lotto.
millennials? You gotta
You gotta
work.
work. God can't bless you with winning the lotto if you don't buy a ticket.
Come
you gotta walk
on.
yourself in there, put that money down, buy that ticket, and then
Right.
you got an opportunity. It's not even guaranteed.
an
at that point.
opportunity.
It's an opportunity.
Yes.
You know.
Wow.
But if you're doing it, you get an opportunity. But if you're not doing it, there's no opportunity.
Absolutely.
This
We
is a
thank
good
you
one.
for that. This was good.
Right.
Y'all, I got notes. This
That
is
is
what we
good.
do here, you guys, at the Kitchen Table Talk.